What is up, my Squirtleites? It is I, your king. Welcome back to our Let's Play Pokemon Emerald. In the last episode, we finished up our adventures in Team Aqua Hideout. Unfortunately, we were unable to stop Archie before he got away with the submarine. And in this episode, we're just going to be continuing along, I guess. We need to get all the way over to Route 128, which, as I displayed in the last episode to you guys, is way over here. So we're nowhere near it. We've got a couple of cities that we have to get to before we even get down that far, so it's going to be a little while. So our next stop is here, Mossdeep City. That is where we're going to be heading next, and now that there is no longer an Aqua Grunt training a bunch of Whalmer in the way, we can actually go that direction. So as soon as I jump on the water, I'm actually going to show a couple things, and I'm also going to pop a Super Repel. Well, actually, I'll just use my one Max Repel just to get it out of my bag. And then I want to go over a couple things. So first things first, with Pandora, I actually gave her Hyper Beam, my Hyper Beam TM, which obviously, considering her base attack, is going to be really, really nice to have. So if I ever need to use it in some sort of last-ditch effort or moment, I will use Hyper Beam, and it should one-shot most things that aren't resistant to normal-type moves, obviously. Another thing I did is, where was it? It's on Raiju? I think it was on Raiju. Yes, Raiju. So I actually got rid of Shockwave, and I replaced it with Thunder. Now, the next part of the goal, our next goal, is to eventually replace Thief with Rain Dance. That way I can make Thunder super accurate, and also it can work well with Narina, who can obviously take advantage of Rain Dance whenever it occurs. Now, unfortunately, we can't get the Rain Dance TM just yet. We're going to need to get the next HM to be able to actually access that. So in due time, we'll get it. But it's still going to be nice to have Thunder in my back pocket for that base 120 power as opposed to Thunderbolt. So it's quite a bit stronger. And I also made sure to stock up. Now, I actually had a bunch of Hyper Potions already, which me being the dummy didn't realize that. And speaking of me being an idiot, I would like to just call myself out really quickly. That I know I've done this over the last few episodes many times, and I would like to apologize. I keep using lava cookies and full heals to snap myself out of confusion when I have a yellow flute. Right there. I need to stop doing that. Anyway, called myself out. Let's get a move on. Alright, so we have Toothless and Pandora up in the front, so they will be doing the bulk of the fighting on our way over to Mossdeep. But it's going to take a little while to get there. It's a bit far. Let's just say that much. Also, geez, dude, you don't need to get so friggin' upset. This guy is angry. Calling things pathetic and stuff. All right, Meryl and Gyara, that's a big difference between the two of them. Okay, so I will definitely have Pandora focus on the Gyarados first. Now, I'm actually very tempted. I want to use that PP Max that we got in the Magma Hideout, but I don't know what to use it on, but I'm thinking Giga Drain. I'm thinking Giga Drain might be the play here, but I'm still thinking about it. I'm not entirely sure. So let's use a Slash on Gyarados. And Barrel will go down on one hit, no problem. That's easy. I was tempted to use Hyper Beam, but due to the Intimidate, I'm not 100% sure that's going to one-shot. So let's just use a Slash here. Pretty good. Okay, use Bite, I guess. That's not really the best move you could have used, but alright. We'll just use Leaf Blade. It's a normalized effectiveness, but I'll still take it. As long as it's not very effective, you know? There's that, and then another Slash, and super close, but not quite. He's using Thrash now. That's actually a pretty powerful move. I'll just use Secret Power, and then another Slash. That should do it. Oh no, it looks like Surf, but it's not actually. That always threw me off, because I know that Secret Power is based on, like, the terrain that you're battling in, but like, the animation is based on the terrain at the very least. And the additional effect it has, but it still makes it look like a water-type move when it's not. It's a normal-type move. Anyway, just going to keep kind of zigzagging up and down. Now, notice these little dark spots in the ocean. Just pay attention to these. Keep these in mind as you're going, because they are areas that we're going to actually want to come back later once we get our next HM. They're going to play a very important role. And they're also going to hide a lot of really good secrets that you're going to want to have access to as soon as possible. So I'm going to use Giga Drain here, actually. See how much that does. It'll probably be decent. It probably won't be super, super great. I'll take it. Yeah, like I said, I think I am going to end up using the PP Max on that move, because thinking about all the other moves I have, I don't really need to, like, super max out on anything other than that. And I get that it's only going to increase it by 3, but for Giga Drain, which, I mean, let's be honest, in most cases with Toothless, I'm just going to be using Leaf Blade anyway. I'm not going to honestly be using Giga Drain all that much, but it's still going to be nice, and it's still going to come in handy in certain scenarios. And I would like to have a little bit more access to it than just 5 uses. So I think giving it 8 would be a nice medium. Nice happy medium. Alright, there we go. So now let's do that actually. Let's do that right the heck now. I know there's probably someone out there going, "No, what are you doing?" But I think I'm okay with it. I'm not really too concerned about using it on any other move than on any other member of my party. And would you look at that? We're pretty much already actually almost there. I remember that taking a lot longer. I thought there was like several trainers along the way, but maybe I was wrong. Now, obviously, this is the part of Hoenn where people really criticize it for how much water there is. I actually disagree, though. I think that this part of Hoenn isn't near as bad, at least dealing with all of the water-type trainers, as that stretch between, well, first between Petalburg and Dewford, and then from Dewford to Slateport. Because there's such a high concentration of trainers in that area that, in my personal opinion, that section is way more annoying. Also, okay, thank you. Now, before I go on over that way, I'm actually going to make my way up here really quickly because there's something I want to show off really fast. And actually, am I going the right way? I don't think I'm going the right way. Hold on. I think I want to go all the way around up here. Nope, not quite. I think I might be going the wrong way. Hold on. Oh, no, that's right. I can't even get to it yet. I need the HM to access it. I'm dumb. I apologize. I was thinking, like, well, I could go up there, but no, you can't do that yet. Can't do that yet, unfortunately. All right, well, right here. Now, this is actually not the island itself. This is another place. Hunter's house. Now, let's go talk to this guy really quickly. And no, it's not Hunter from Spyro. I'm the diving treasure hunter. I'm the awesome dude who makes deep sea dives to gather treasures resting at the bottom. You haven't got any treasures for me. If you see any shards like the red shard, you've got to trade it with me. So you're going to find these shards a lot, especially out here in the sea. You can also find them off of different water-type Pokemon. They can be holding them as items, and you can take them with, like, Thief or Covet or whatever. Now, each and every single one of these can be turned in for a stone equivalent to the color. So, like the red shard he just mentioned will become a fire stone. There's also a blue shard for a water stone, a yellow shard for a thunder stone, etc. You get the point. I actually think the only other one is green shard, but that is the only reliable way to get evolutionary stones in this game. Now, there are specific Pokemon that will hold specific colored shards, like I believe a Love Disc. No, not Love Disc. You know, I actually can't remember. I know, like, specific Pokemon will hold specific shards, though. So, the best way to get them reliably is to go find those Pokemon, go hunting for those Pokemon, and just use Covet and Thief on them a lot. That's really all you have to worry about. Love Disc doesn't hold shards, it holds heart skills, that's right. But anyways, we've made it here to Mossdeep City, and as is per usual, I am going to be scouring the water a little bit, looking to see if there's any, like, you know, like, I guess the shore, seeing if there's, like, anything to get. Hello, what are you doing? Can't do this anymore. It's utterly hopeless. I'm a fighting type trainer, so I can't win at the Mossdeep Gym no matter how hard I try. Punch, 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 punch. What? Don't look at me that way. I'm only hitting the ground. Or do you want me to teach your Pokemon Dynamic Punch? I don't, but I want to see which Pokemon can learn Dynamic Punch. Ghidorah and Toothless. Okay, we're gonna pass on that. I don't like Dynamic Punch all that much just because it's so freaking inaccurate. When it hits, it's really darn nice, but it's just it doesn't really have a place on my team because of how awfully inaccurate it's like Iron Tail's bad enough. I don't need another move that misses even more frequently. So yeah, I likes to go find people's secret bases. Talk to this kid. Was it you who made a secret base near Route 111? So this kid right here is actually kind of important because it's very easy to forget where secret bases are. So if you don't remember where it is or what route it's on, just go to this kid and he'll remind you. I know it's like a little hidden thing, but yeah, that's there. Okay. So there's no one in this one, at least as of right now. That will probably end up changing. I don't really think there's anything like you can get in any of these. Your Sceptile likes red Pokeblocks, doesn't it? No, I'm positive. It definitely likes red Pokeblocks. Now, this information that he's giving me right here about red Pokeblocks, what type of Pokeblock your Pokemon likes, it's important, but it's not that crucial. There's a simple table that correlates to each and every single type of each and every type of nature and how it correlates to your Pokeblock. So, for example, just to give you an idea of how the Pokeblock affinity works. If I have a Pokemon that likes attack, or that has an ability that focuses on, or ability, sorry, a nature that focuses on the attack stat, they're going to like red Pokeblocks. If I have a Pokemon that has a nature that is focused on special attack, they're going to like blue Pokeblocks, speed, green Pokeblocks, defense, yellow Pokeblocks, etc. Or sorry, speed is pink, special defense is green, excuse me. Basically, the Pokeblocks that they like, the color that they like is going to correlate to their nature, but that also works with how their moves work. Like, for instance, Smart is green. Everything green related is going to be is going to have something to do with special defense. So if your Pokemon has a nature that is focused on special defense, you want to teach them smart moves. That's just pretty darn explanatory. While with attack focused Pokemon, you are going to want to teach them cool moves. Just kind of piggybacking off of all the things I talked about when we went over the contest hall. Essentially, it's pretty easy to figure out what sort of Pokeblock they like. Now, the reason that matters is because if I were to give Sceptile red Pokeblocks as opposed to other Pokeblocks, it's going to have a much greater effect and a much greater increase on whatever stat he wants to work on. Like, his coolness meter is going to go up a lot higher than any of the other types of contest meters will, if that makes sense. I know that wasn't the best way of explaining that, and I kind of tripped over my words there because I do that a lot, but essentially, nature goes hand in hand with your contest type, which goes hand in hand with the color of Pokeblocks that your Pokemon likes. That's it. Alright, so, here in Mossdeep, we have the gym here. Mossdeep City Pokemon Gym, leaders Liza and Tate, the Mystic Combination. We're going to be tackling this gym in the next episode. I am not too concerned with jumping on in there immediately. Now, the Pokemon that is going to be doing most of the work here, the Pokemon that will be, like, plural, are going to be Pandora, and they're going to be Narina. I'm going to definitely be focusing on using them. Now, this part right here, hi, welcome you to play games using wireless communication. Can you wait just a little bit? The wireless adapter isn't connected. Come back when it's hooked up. Okay, so you can actually play, like, a few mini-games here, as long as you're hooked up with friends. You got Pokemon Jump, and you got Dodrio Berry Picking. Now, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to show off how these games work, because obviously, I don't have the ability to link up with somebody. But yeah, you can play some little mini games in there if you ever do somehow get a wireless, or do get a wireless connection adapter for your Game Boy Advance, which those are extremely rare to come by the way. But I'm just kind of focused on showing you guys the points of interest here in Mossdeep before we go any further. Oh, hi, Scott. Feeling good? I'm doing great. I've heard Mossdeep's gym leader is pretty strong, so I decided to come take a look-see myself. It's actually 2 leaders, but okay. Something wrong about this town. People are going on about a warning letter and the Space Center. I don't think it concerns me in any way, though. Oh, really? We should probably check out the Space Center then. But first things first, I'm going to head on in here. We got these two. My little sister exchanges mail with her boyfriend in Fortree. I don't envy her one bit at all. Even though I can't see my friend in Fortree, my Pokemon carries mail back and forth for us. I'm not lonesome even though we're apart. So if you actually go to Fortree and talk to somebody, he'll send out a Wingull, which will then appear here, and you'll get different dialogue from this girl once that happens. So that's a little thing. It's a white rock. This rock has a special meaning to the people at the Space Center. They put it here as their wish for their rockets to fly safely. When you make a wish, what do you use? Do you wish upon a star? I use a wish tag to make it happen. That's what I do. So she is alluding to something that we're going to be going over much later, but in the game. But wish tags are related to the legendary Pokemon known as Jirachi, and we will be going over what Jirachi does at a much later time. I think, if I can somehow manage to make this work, I think I'll be able to actually make, be able to get Jirachi in my game, but that remains to be seen. I'm not going to get anyone's hopes up. Regardless, wouldn't it be nice if the whole world was covered in plants and flowers like this island? It would be kind of nice. Mossdeep is a very pretty place. A voyage on a ship is fine, but crossing the sea with Pokemon using surf, now that's an exhilarating trip. Wouldn't you agree, youngster? I mean, yeah, I've already done it. And we got this guy. Hey there, trainer, a super rod really is super. Say all you want, but this baby can catch Pokemon off the seafloor. What do you think? You want it, don't you? Absolutely. And we have finally obtained the super rod. If there's any water, try dropping in your rod and see what bites. We will be using that relatively soon. That's actually going to be very useful for us for some certain objectives that we want to accomplish later. But let's head on into the Space Center and take a look at what's going on in here. So I'm actually going to head on upstairs, first thing first. Now, I want to talk to... Who do I want to talk to? Is it this guy? Only I was a little younger, I would have liked being an astronaut. No, it's not too late. I can and will try. No, it's not you. You, baby? Mossdeep is mainly sunny weather and its winds are stable. It's an ideal location for launching rockets. Okay, maybe it's none of these people. I'll try this guy over here. I think this guy's the head of the space center. I wish ordinary people could go into space. Nope, never mind. Not him. I'm trying to remember who it was. Oh, Steven? What the heck? I wasn't expecting you here. Levi, have you read that proclamation already? Team Magma is coming after the rocket fuel on this island. I don't know what they need it for, but they can't be allowed to take it. I'll keep an eye on things for a little while longer. Meantime, why don't you go check out the town? Let's read the letter. This is an intent to steal notice? To the staff of the Space Center, how are you? We're doing fine. We will soon visit you to take your rocket fuel. Please don't try to stop us. We will take the fuel no matter what. Let there be more land. Team Magma. Okay, that was the weirdest letter I've ever read. Giant check on metal bursts through the skies and flies into space. It boggles my mind. The rocket launched safely. That's successful launch number 24. 24 whole launches? That's amazing. Are you sure that it launched, though? Because I'm pretty sure the rocket's, like, right there. But okay. Anyway, that is actually everything that there is to see here in Mossdeep City. Ladies and gentlemen, in the next episode, we're going to be heading on into the Mossdeep Gym and taking down the trainers within. So thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this episode very, very much, and I will see you all in the next one.